Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to First Cut Live. We are here on a Thursday night, a very special Thursday night because we got a Clippers-Lakers going on right now. But you are here with us, joining us, as always, is the reigning MVP of the league, RB3. What's up, bro?
What's going on? Happy to be here, y'all, on a happy Thursday. A little later than usual, but, you know, we're still jigging. And happy to be here, y'all. First Cut Live. Let's go. Hit that like button. Let's hit that like button right now and get people on this stream because it's about to be some fun. Let's go.
I want to catch up with you, man. Obviously, you've been busy at work. You've been doing your own thing. We've been doing a little things here and there, but overall, just how you're feeling, how you've been doing. Obviously, guys, as you can tell, Sabrina's not here with us today. Please don't log off because of that. We're going to try to make it as entertaining as possible.
Yeah.
But still, shout out to Sabrina.
Sausage party, that's it.
May or may not be watching. Yeah, it's just old school. Old school meaning of.
When we used to do it in your apartment, bro.
Yeah.
North Hollywood.
Yeah.
Let's go. Shout out to that.
Anyone who used to see it back in those eras, let us know in the chat or let us know in the comments down below. If you watched First Cut when it was just RB3 and I sweating our asses off in my apartment with my blue background and my anime posters. I still got the anime posters. I don't got the blue background, though. That was some wild times, bro. I swear. And by wild, I mean it was way too damn hot.
It was wild. It was crazy that it was before I had a car, so I used to take the train up there for like most of the times when we recorded back then. And then the area when I did get a car when we was recording was also crazy too, because that's when I was starting to learn about traffic. Like going from Compton to North Hollywood was just insane. But yeah, I was living in USC area at that time. So I mean it's just really, really fun stuff. You know what I mean? I'm really, really loving. I love that. You know, we actually. I mean, I'm going to talk about what we did on Tuesday because we, you know, even though there was no Sabat the Block, we had a very, very fun Star Wars day at Network. Wait a minute. What did they say? Yeah, that's right, y'all. We had Ace on as a special host on Network all day on Star Wars Day, May the 4th. So people were like, oh man, where was the Ace Star Wars content? Where was he at? It was right there on Network. It was there the entire time. Where was y'all? Were y'all there? Did y'all see it? Who's in the chat right now? Shout out to anybody who's in the chat. Download the Network app right now and see the amazing work that Ace did. We made popcorn live on air. We did all of that. And yeah, it was
on the app.
Yes, on the app. It's still in the app. Is it on the app?
I don't know. I didn't know you could replay that. That's cool.
All of it is live. If people don't know, Network is a live streaming platform, live shopping streaming platform where it's like video content. So, you know, if we're selling something, we pull it out, we open it, and we display it for y'all. It's like PBC, but like for new generation, vertical phone. So Ace was there for Star Wars Day. We did the first drop, I believe, was Heroes and Villains. So some cool clothing, Bad Batch related. Second drop, Hercho Supply. So it was like backpacks. And our last drop was a special episode of Meltdown that was Star Wars related. So we had a popcorn maker. We had a beautiful, gorgeous Dan Life Baby Yoda crystal that we were selling. Some great Legos. So people go download the Network app, and then go to Tuesday when we had the Tuesday drops and find Ace there. You'll see him. All the Star Wars drops. Woo!
Yeah, it was cool, man. I appreciate that.
Tell us how was it, though? Fun. Yeah, how was it being back in studio life? Like,
cool, man. It was fun. It was chill. Like I definitely was not. I mean, obviously, it was just kind of like a hey, you know, dive in and do it. So it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. It was cool. It was chill. Like the environment always makes it more comfortable. So I wasn't nervous or anything like that, which helps because if you're nervous and you're struggling to find something to say when it's a pretty chill environment, then that's on you. So I was having fun, man. I had fun. It was cool.
Yeah, we had a great time. Kylie Marr was amazing. Shout out to Kylie Marr. She is a legend in this game when it comes to hosting. Yeah, she's awesome. And then you crashed she had an interview with a famous celebrity, and you crashed that. That was a hilarious moment too.
That's a pretty funny moment. Yeah, I'm a nerd, bro. I'm always gonna be a nerd, and that just doesn't apply to just watching nerdy stuff. That applies to life motto, bro. Hey. Straight up, that's what you do, bro. You still trip over things, and you still you're clumsy as hell. You mess people up. You do some dumb stuff when you're a nerdy dude. That's what happens. So also social environments in general are just tough when you've been locked up forever in quarantine. So there's that too. Yeah, man, as far as anything else, the only thing I got to say to you is, bro, y'all better not drop to the play-in.
We're not going to drop to the play-in. People keep saying that to me for.
Then you lose 2 quick games and it's done.
No, it's not done. We're not dropping to no play-in. That's ridiculous. That's the narrative that people are going around trying to spew about the Lakers. It's not true. We're nowhere near that point. All right. And I think LeBron is definitely going to show up in these last couple of weeks. He's been injured. He's been hurt, but he's going to come back. He's going to be dynamic. He's going to be amazing. AD, he just needs a second to warm up. He's a big guy. You know what I mean? College boy. He hasn't really been hurt in the same way that a lot of these athletes are. So it takes a little bit of an adjustment period, but it's nothing to worry about. It's nothing to worry about. So I'm excited to see the Lakers succeed in the playoffs. And listen, even if we do get to the play-in, even if that's the worst case scenario, we're sweeping everybody. We're winning those 2 games that it's going to take to get there, and we're going to end up being the underdogs in the playoffs, which is always a good place to play from. So,
damn, bro, you imagine if the Lakers are the 8th seed, Whew.
No,
that would be wild, man.
That ain't happening.
If y'all were the 8th seed and y'all play Utah, which would probably be the case, and y'all would probably still beat Utah.
look at what LeBron.
That's sad. That's low key sad. I think it's sad.
No.
You think that's sad?
No. For one, we're not going to be no 8th seed. That's for sure. What's not going to happen, right? For 2, even if we do become an 8th seed, Utah Jazz, you think the Utah Jazz has a chance, a remote chance of even getting anywhere close to beating the Lakers, especially right now? Nah, man, come on.
No, that's the thing. I think it's kind of funny because even if you were the 8th seed, you probably would beat Utah. But anyways, enough about basketball. I'm sure people will leave the stream even more than they're already leaving it now if we keep talking about basketball. Let's just go to the main topic today, man. Obviously, let's start with Stranger Things, man, just because I put that in my tweet and I also put it in the chat, even though you guys ignored it. How do you feel about this little teaser to Stranger Things, man? How do you feel like this is telling us where the story's going?
Well, I
please tell me you saw it.
Don't know if I actually saw it, but I did read about them exploring the backstory of 11, right? Which is funny to me because wasn't Millie Bobby Brown 11 when she played 11? So isn't she
something
17?
I don't know how they're gonna do the de-aging for a teenage kid.
Right. That's what I'm saying. This It Chapter 2.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, It Chapter 2 all over again to me, man. To me, It Chapter 2 is so recognizable when it's even just the 1 year difference between the kids and how they were in the first movie versus how they were in the second movie. You can that to me was a big difference. I was like, yo, you're not gonna tell me these are the same kids they were back then, So I don't know. I mean, that's just something that I noticed. That's just me not having watched the trailer yet. That being said, though, listen. Someone who went to the Stranger Things experience, I am hyped anytime.
You're Stranger Things fanboy. Well, I think we all are, right?
No, I think everybody is. Yeah. I mean, I love Stranger Things. I love, I wasn't the biggest fan of season 1, but I love seasons 2.
Right. You didn't like season 1.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I love season 2. I think season 2 is perfect. It's straight up perfect. So
even was season 2 the one with the controversial episode, or is that season 3?
Yeah. That's season 2.
Yeah.
That's season 2.
I even like the controversial one. I love that.
I did too. Yeah. I think we were the only ones who liked season 2 more than season 1.
Yeah.
Because most people liked season 1 a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
I was always, bro, what's Homeboy's name? And I'm sure someone's gonna tell me. I'll look it up right now, but I want to know if you know it. The crazy, the Australian actor who plays the crazy white boy.
Oh, yeah. Man, everybody talks about him being like hot and beautiful.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like Homeboy is like a racist, like bigoted guy who tried to kill little kids.
Yeah.
But it's like, but he's hot though. But I'm like, no.
No.
He's trying to run over kids.
He's
and
not
he's also
hot.
like a high key racist, bro.
Yeah. See, this is
what was that guy's name? Lucas?
I
Not
forgot
Lucas.
I don't know what his name is. I really don't care. Let me tell you something right now.
Billy?
Shout out to Sabrina's in the chat. Thank you, Sabrina, for being in the chat. You know, I hope I'm not gonna turn. What's his name?
Yeah,
yes.
Billy.
Darcy.
Yeah, Montgomery. Yeah,
Montgomery.
Billy.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. The women have to stop promoting these bad guys and making them the hot sex symbols in these movies. You know what I mean? We can't keep getting low key. We can't keep getting, you know, the most despicable of evil. Who, I mean, come on. Every bad guy is like a sex appeal now. Like,
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it if it's not like. It's always like girls go over, and I know we've already gone off the rails.
Oh yeah, no, we've already lost Meg.
They always go over like the evil, sexy villain if it's a white dude, and it's always got to be a white dude, and it's usually like a fascist or like some sort of like racist. And like
I don't think Loki's a fascist though. I don't know about Loki.
Is he not? No, like. Is he not? Think about it for like 5 seconds and you start to realize, wait a minute, all these like villains that girls like are low-key like white supremacist white dudes. And then you start Kylo, Loki, like Omni-Man, like
oh yeah, Omni-Man's getting it a lot.
You start to think about it and you're like, wait a minute, this has got a running theme, bro. The like freaking Stranger Things kid. Like I was like, I don't know if this is good, y'all. I don't think this is good. Ben Barnes' character in Shadow and Bone.
Yeah. I haven't seen Shadow and Bone.
Yeah, I'm not about it. Let's get some more brown boys, brown love, more black homies. You know,
I mean, even if we get
the basic like white guy villain who's like low key subtly racist, but it's okay because he's hot. It's just not working for me anymore. I
don't know, man. I mean,
I'm good with that.
Nah, they definitely amplified Michael B. Jordan and Black Panther though. They definitely hyped that one up for sure. As soon as he took his shirt off, like he was there for the woman. Now I just don't know. I don't know. Also, shout out to Idris Elba. He's also had a. Oh no, he wasn't the villain in that movie Obsessed.
I was gonna say he's not the villain.
No,
he's not the villain.
Beyonce and the white girl, I forget her name. Man, I'm not gonna lie though. I think there's a certain kind of like, and we're just drifting way off, but I think when you get to like a certain level of hot maleness in Hollywood, like it's like no matter how good or bad or trash you are, like you're always gonna have a crowd, always gonna have an audience.
But why does it have to be that specific thing that I just said though? Why does it? Like, come on, bro. You gotta admit that's a little sus, bro. That's a little sus. Well, I mean, I think it's like high key sus because every time I see it, all that thirst on Twitter and crap, I'm like, man, y'all don't see this because I do. And it's kind of weird.
I think the new Star Wars series definitely played up the Kylo thing a lot. Like they definitely wanted that direction. Like, and I think JJ even said like he was kind of pushing for the Kylo and Ray thing, you know, or maybe Rian Johnson said that. I forgot one of them said that. But I think you could totally see that. Like they were trying to make that intentional, you know. Same thing with Twilight. I mean, people loved Robert Pattinson's Twilight. Like, by the way, the commentary, we shot the commentary. I just
Confederate
have not edited
Army, Robert Pattinson.
The commentary.
No, it was not him. It was who was the Confederate guy?
Jasper.
And all the girls love him too because he was in the Confederate Army. Fighting for the good old South. Bro, I'm telling you, it's a thing. It's real.
It is. Hey, man, listen, but the commentary is coming very, very soon, y'all. It's my bad. We shot it a while ago. And salute to our really awesome Patreons who's been holding it down, despite us being really lazy and not living up to all of the commitments just yet. But stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned. We have big plans coming up. We have big plans. Me and Ace have been talking, trying to figure things out. We're trying to move things in the right direction. I've been busy with work, but I'm trying to be like, I'm getting a little more experience at this company. I'm trying to stiff arm, be like, hey, let me leave a little earlier. Boom. Get out of my way. Boom. Do this. So things are going to be moving in the right direction. Yeah, y'all can't afford me. Boom, up my fee. Boom, up my man Ace's fee while you at it. You know what I mean? No, I'm just not gonna say that. Hey, shout out to the people at Network. I don't know if anybody's watching, but make sure if just even though we're having like this little bit of a low period, we haven't had a lot of uploads recently. Please keep supporting us just by hitting that like button, just by continuing to comment. Leave a comment afterwards, after this live stream if you're watching live. Just even leave a comment afterwards, say you dig the stream. Anything really helps. Any participation really helps. I can't believe this effing golf channel, the first cut, is starting to gain traction on this. Can you believe this? The golf channel is starting to gain traction on this, y'all. Can you believe this? I'm just talking crazy. So make sure y'all hit that like button. Please hit that like button and show some love.
Yeah, the other thing too, guys, is like, and I know I sound like a broken record when I say this, and I know like pretty much anyone who's here right now in the chat doesn't care, but I still think there's another side audience we have that likes our animated stuff. So be on the lookout for more of my anime videos, even if it only gets like 50 likes or 50 views or whatever. I'm gonna still be making them because I really enjoy them, and I'm obsessed with Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm doing another rewatch of Jujutsu Kaisen right now. Because I like it that much. So I'm probably going to make like quite a few Jujutsu Kaisen videos. Maybe like I'm thinking about doing, I'm doing this live with you, man, but I'm thinking about doing like that tier list. But do it for like characters of Jujutsu Kaisen as far as like how much I like it or how much we like it. I'll probably have Ben in there. I haven't even told him about this. I'm just saying this live. But I love that anime so much that I'm just going to make like 4 videos on it. And then I'll probably do a little bit of My Hero, maybe some My Hero Weekly. I'm thinking about doing a My Hero Weekly. So if you guys want to see that or interested in that, be on the lookout for My Hero on a weekly basis. What else? My Hero, Jujutsu. I'll probably do a Demon Slayer video eventually, guys. Give me a sec to catch up on that. I know Demon Slayer is the biggest movie in America right now. So shout out to Demon Slayer, shout out to anime. Anime's on the rise, man. I swear, like, gone are the days when I'm chastised for liking anime. Maybe gone are the I'm still gonna be chastised for it, but I swear, like, a lot of homies like anime now. It's not weird anymore.
No, I think it's very like popular. We actually had like some network drops that we're planning for next week that are like fully like anime Gundam, like fully like inspired. So it's definitely like a mainstream. I think it's been like a low key mainstream thing for a second. You know what I mean? I think people have been like low key in hiding. We don't know about anime. People, kind of are a little hesitant about it.
People scoff at it, to be real.
Yeah,
people scoff at it.
I've
had literally people scoff at me.
I think people used to scoff at it. I think now that it's making becoming money, different. Yeah,
because of the money.
No, I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. Even with me and Destiny, when we first met, she was like, "Do you watch anime?" I was like, I don't know, not really. Like, I'm here or there. And she's like, "Oh no, I don't watch anime either." And then literally like months into our relationship, we just each like discovered different animes that we just each been watching like separately, like to ourselves, like almost like closeted a little bit. I think that's the reality for a lot of people. Yeah.
It's got to go, man. It's got to go. People have to realize, like, Attack on Titan was the biggest anime. What's the biggest show on TV for like a 2-month period in America? This isn't just a weird little thing that weirdos watch in the basement anymore. This is like a big deal, and it's dope. So, to all my 5 anime fans out there, to all 5 of you, be on the lookout for some of that stuff that I have planned out, because I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Shout out to Dwayne in the chat. What's going on, my brother? Good to see you. We got Meg, Jonathan Weeks, Zeno Hour.
Yakavetta was in there.
Jake Yakavetta in his house. Yo, what's going on in the crew? Man, do you want to get to talking about?
Let's do it, man. I was gonna say, bro, obviously I can do a whole dissertation on Blade, the character. We've talked about it ad nauseum when it comes to like one of the characters that inspired me the most in just general, when it comes to like just culture in general, when it comes to like the combination of like vampires with like badass martial arts, with like an underground gritty world, rated R, swag, all mixed into like one little thing, and that's Blade. But now they're currently looking for a director right now, and I think it's kind of funny how it's coinciding with the Superman movie that Warner Brothers is trying to do, and that a lot of people have a lot of opinions on. But if we're gonna like rewind and start with this conversation about the Superman directors, do you feel like it's kind of like, I feel like Warner Brothers has been trying recently, whether it's in social media or in just any other environment that they're currently in,
Jake_Iacovetta donate.
Be like, oh yeah, we do actually care about black people. We're gonna make Black Superman. Do you feel that way? Because I'm like, bro, after the Ray Fisher thing, I'm like, can y'all admit y'all have some problems at the top before you do anything else? I want to get your thoughts, man. And I know you're muted right now. So.
Oh, sorry. That was my bad. I didn't realize I was muted. Not just Ray Fisher, but also think about Rick Famuyiwa, right? Who was hired on to direct a Flash movie way back when. And he even, I don't know if the reports came directly from him or if they came from like other sources, but I remember there's conversations of even when that story came out of him not feeling like his voice is being heard at the table when it came to his DC conversations. Now with Marvel's a little bit different. Marvel seems to have a good reputation, at least with the one black director that they've worked with so far, right? With Ryan Coogler. Now obviously they have Nia DaCosta coming up for the Marvels, but we don't.
Can I ask you one thing though?
Yeah.
Can you name a Marvel character that's a black guy or a black girl that isn't in the U.S. military, and that isn't like besides the Africa stuff, besides the Wakanda?
Besides Wakanda,
yeah. Sam, what's her name? Tiana Paris's character.
Oh yeah,
Monica Rambeau.
Yeah.
Monica Rambeau's mom. Like obviously. Like, isn't it I don't know, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
true. You on to something. You're on to something.
I'm on to something because I kind of feel like I'm kind of over this like military propaganda stuff that Marvel's been doing for a hot minute, and they're doing it too with like everything else. So I'm being real. I'm just being why are you laughing? I'm being real. So I just kind of feel like this is like a chance for them to be like, yo, Blade is not about that. Blade is not some former U.S. soldier who's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they have the opportunity to do that still have the opportunity to do that with Miles Morales as well. But I feel like the MCU is so deeply rooted in like militarism and like making everything feel so real. Like everything has to be like a military kind of background with it, to make it feel like natural.
I see a couple people in the chat, but those are not MCU. Like Bill says Storm, Meg says Miles, Riri, Dwayne said Riri. Again, we haven't seen any of them. I'm talking about MCU.
Jake_Iacovetta donated $20. Not an anime fan at all, but always down to support and dress eyebrows. Cabrera Ebe, The Laugh 3, and Sabrina settled for Hannah Ramirez.
Hey, settle for Hannah? Yeah, that's messed up. No. Upgrade to Hannah. Brandon Hannah's an upgrade.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I think Blade's a cool opportunity. By the way, thank you, Jake. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jake. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Comment. Me and Emilia Clarke, we're like that, bro. You got it, bro.
No, you're not Emilia Clarke. What was that one movie where her eyebrows were just ridiculous? Like, there's one movie where it was just terrible. Yeah.
Trust me, I can keep up with anybody, bro. I can do the People's Eyebrow.
Oh, you got The Rock. That's the Rock.
Yeah, it's the People's Eyebrow.
Oh, that's
what it's called.
Okay, all right.
That's what it's called. It's called the People's Eyebrow, bro.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I can do all of it, bro. I can do this. I can. bro. It's over. Me and Amelia, bro. We like that, bro.
Yeah, it's like Latinos could just, Latinos and Latinas could just do it.
Yeah, bro. If we combine our powers, if we fuse together,
yeah,
the eyebrows will cover our eye, and we have to lift it up. Straight up fusion power.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, listen.
I'm just saying. I think Blade is a cool opportunity for them to do something truly different. And I hope they stay true to not only the comics but the vibe of what Blade is, and they don't I don't know, tap out or I don't want to say a bad word, but just don't commit to what Blade is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Who'd you think would be a dope director for Blade? Because I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah, we have talked about this before a little bit. I mean, there's so many different avenues they could go with this, right? I mean, if they, I don't know. I'm sure. I'm laughing because Meg put Scarlett Johansson as a black character in MCU. There's no way Jordan Peele would ever do something like this, but he would be an interesting choice. We did talk about Nia DaCosta because of her connection to horror before. But I mean, I think even her directing the Marvels is even really cool too. I also think about, I think about a bevy of directors. I think about even the guy who did, I know not a beloved movie, but Cloverfield Paradox, the director of that, and I'm pulling up his name right now, is Julius Ona, and he's done TV work since then as well. I feel like there's a sizable number of directors who they can work with, who they can help form and hone in their craft with a little bit. I would even say hit up the dude, and I'm just pulling names from the top of my head here, but even the guy who just won the short film from Two Distant Strangers. Let me look up his name because I really enjoyed that film as well, and I think that could be an interesting perspective to take it onto this property. So I don't know. It just depends.
What about what about TV guys or TV girls? What about
Lovecraft Country?
I was just about to say that Lovecraft Country.
I forget her name off the top of my head, but she's a phenomenal choice. Also Victoria Lennox, I believe is her name, and she is. Sorry. Man, I am listing a bunch of facts that I'm just not fact checking on the spot. There is a woman named
Misha Green. Is that who it is?
Misha Green is Lovecraft Country. Yes.
Okay.
Misha Green is Lovecraft Country, and I definitely think she'll be great for something like this. Also, Victoria Mahoney is who I was referring to. She was the second unit director on Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. And she also directed a few episodes of Lovecraft Country as well.
And look at the chat too. The chat has some ideas. J.D. Dillard.
J.D. Dillard will be good. Yeah, I think his name was floated for the Captain America one. I'm sorry, not Captain America, for the Superman story, which we talked a little bit about.
He did 2 episodes of an HBO show called The Outsiders. But it was dope. He's good. He's a good director.
Also, the guy who does a lot of episodes of House of Cards, and he's done a few different TV shows. I believe his name is Carl Franklin. Great director as well. Yeah, I mean, TV is really the spot to look at too, because when you look at shows like Snowfall, for example, Snowfall has been just doing excellent work. In terms of crafting is storytelling. So I don't know. There's so many different directions you can go.
Yeah, you know what's interesting though? I kind of want to go back on something unique, because Kevin Feige told a story, and I actually think he was straight up the way he said it. So I don't know if you remember, but he said it at Comic-Con. He said, I went up to Mahershala Ali because I wanted him in the MCU so bad. And I told him, hey, pick any character and we'll make a movie about it, and we'll make you the star of that movie. So who's a comic character you really like that you would want to play? And Mahershala Ali said, Blade. I want to play Blade. I think Blade is awesome. And Kevin Feige said, sure, let's do it. But again, this is literally like, it's going in reverse order. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where they have the star and the character, but now they need a writer. They need a director. I know they've been looking for writers for like, that's been in the trades for a minute. They need a director. So they're going like in reverse order. Instead of getting a writer director and then picking an actor and auditioning, they're doing it where they have the star attached and they have someone who wants to be involved with it a lot. I'm sure Mahershala wants to be involved. And then they're going to go outwards when it comes to like, let's find a writer and a director. How do you feel about that being the way they're doing it? Instead of doing it like, we're just going to find the best actor for Blade, or we're just going to audition different dudes. It's Mahershala who's like, I'm playing Blade, find me a writer and a director.
It kind of like flips back and forth between like that old Hollywood mentality kind of thing. Like, you can clearly tell these Marvel movies, it's not, the director is not necessarily playing the same role that they would be playing on like a more modest budget movie, It's part of a greater storyline, so there's a little bit of consistency. There's a great video that The Insider put out about how much previs that they put into like the production of these Marvel movies, even before directors are hired. So what that literally means is the studio and the producers are crafting the vision of the movie before they even have a director. You dig what I'm saying? Like, that is what Marvel fundamentally is. That is why, the action scenes in Black Panther are so trash, because, because Ryan Coogler directs the actual movie, and then the CGI people direct the fight sequences, same reason why there's the one director from the Black Widow movie who they offered Black Widow to, and she said she turned it down because they had the action sequences, figured out. There's a part of me, listen, I'm just gonna air out this story, like, it's hearsay, whatever. I don't know if this is like, I've ever told this publicly or whatever, but I heard from hearsay, right, that from when they were doing Spider-Man Homecoming, and maybe this is why I have a little bit of disdain towards Tom Holland. When they're doing Spider-Man Homecoming, they're like, like they had the director. Who's the director guy? Who does
Tom Watts?
John Watts, exactly. John Watts. John Watts came in with a pitch. He was like, "Yo," for one, no, he came in with a pitch for Spider-Man. Marvel was like, "Okay, we like that. We're gonna like call you back and see what we're gonna do." So he went back home and he thought of a bunch of cool ideas and really fleshed out like more Spider-Man stories and like a true vision of what he wanted. And when he got back to Marvel Studios, they're like, "Okay, yeah, you're hired, but here's the script, here's the cast, here's the CGI. It's already started, so you can't touch that. All you got to do is point the camera, right?" And that's essentially what Marvel directors like do. And I mean, it's totally cool. You know what I mean? It just definitely limits the scope of what we're gonna think of. Like, people can't imagine don't get your hopes up for like a Jordan Peele or somebody like this stepping into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because I think there's probably a little bit more that he would probably want to be more detailed and involved in. Maybe I'm speculating there. Maybe there is a reality where we see Jordan Peele do a Marvel movie, but I don't know. That's why I'm kind of thinking, like you said, TV guys. They look at TV guys, indie guys for their most successful stuff.
I just feel like, you're right. They do that, but at the same time, it never works out, right? I don't think I've ever heard anyone say, like, does that work, man? Like, we agree that doesn't work, right? The CGI action scenes just don't work for me. I don't know if they work for you, which is why this is kind of the opposite of what it is when it comes to Blade, because you don't have to are you gonna make CGI vampires? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's stupid. You're not gonna do that. So this is an opportunity for a director to actually have some sort of creative input when it comes to the action scenes and the fight scenes. The point of Blade is that he's actually active. He's not flying around at 1,000 miles an hour. You could see him move around. I don't know. I just don't know how they're going to do the action scenes when it comes to someone like Blade, who's a vampire.
They need practical. They need to stay practical. It has to be practical. I would love to see them, and I want to look up if there was any black directors who did Gangs of London. Obviously besides Gareth Evans.
I think it was Gareth Evans. But that's the other thing, like, speaking of practical and practical effects and special effects, are we going to see blood in a vampire movie called Blade? Will there be blood?
I mean, that I don't know. That I don't know.
I don't think there will be. And isn't that kind of weird? If it's a PG-13 Blade movie where you basically the camera cuts away every time you see something kind of violent. Like, I don't know. I think that's weird.
I would love to see. I would love to see. I would love to see them get. Oh shoot, who's Homeboy? I was just thinking of. I would love to see him get the guy who did Jingle Jangle to do it. I think his name is David E. Tuber, and he also did like Baggage Claim, a bunch of romantic comedies. I would just love to see like that version of Blade, you know, like the Marvel like comedy, like not comedy, but like a little bit lighter version of Blade. You know, he's like helping people out. You know,
do we want to see that though? I don't know, man. Like I think there's a combination of what people think Blade is. It's the movie universe, and then it's what we see in the comics, right? And we kind of combine that because the movie universe is different from the comics. But the idea of like this like crazy badass, vampire hunter who's actually a vampire himself, combined with martial arts, combined with like, weapons and stuff like that that he uses to kill vampires. I think that allows for a different style that you can put inside the MCU that's never been done before. But, Kevin Feige has already said, I see Bill Lyons in the chat says has to be rated R. He's already said it's going to be PG-13. How do you feel about that?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, again,
he
like
said it. He said it's going to be PG-13.
Again, I don't know. If it's not going to be rated R, I kind of feel like they are definitely going to Marvelify it a little bit. I mean, maybe they could be if I was joking with the comedy version of Blade, but I would like to see David E. Tuber be in that conversation. But I do think having it's tricky, right? Because you could strategically hide it. You could do like the Nolan thing where like he'll have a bunch of shooting, but like no blood just exists in his movies. Yeah. Maybe that's something. But again,
that's Nolan though. Do you see Nolan? Do you see a Nolan movie in the MCU? The vibe, the tone,
I think feel. Blade would have to be the closest you would have to get to that. Like Blade will have to be the closest you would get to that, because I don't know if there's any other property that entails like it's a mix of like it's action. It's definitely action heavy, but it's also like legitimate horror in there too. Like it's legitimate concepts of vampires, of like mythology. Like it's not like the most like straight, like it's like there's genre implications that come along with Blade. Like it's not just like when people walk into a Blade movie, they don't just expect to see another Marvel movie. They expect to see Blade. They expect it was the first R-rated superhero franchise that was like super successful. So
it was the first ever. Yeah. 1988 before X-Men. Mm-hmm. So it was even before the superhero, power jump that happened after 2000 and after Spider-Man, Sam Raimi. I think that's my question, man, is like, can you name one MCU movie that feels gritty? Like
gritty. I mean, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, definitely.
Everyone always says that. And I see some people saying that in the chat. Is that true?
I mean, it felt the most natural. It felt the most raw, like out of any MCU movie by far.
I don't think I think people have to go back and rewatch how there's a guy living inside a computer.
Okay.
I've been living in a computer for 50 years. And it's like, bro, what the hell? Like, this isn't grounded in gritty.
I don't know. I don't think that's the most unbelievable thing, though. Like, I don't feel like that's the most
way he's like so cartoony, and the way he still is so as cartoony as he is in the first Avenger, as he is in this one, where he's like, he feels like it's like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles episode or something. Like it feels like that. Like that scene just took me out of the movie so hard.
Okay, that scene, yes, but I think everything leading up to that scene and not so much after that scene either. But
that's what I'm saying. Even the third act is kind of like a big CGI movie fest with like a bunch of like made up CGI ships flying in the air and crashing into each other. Like even that was like. Is
the first half of that was gritty though, man? You can't tell me when you saw
maybe, but the third act, third act.
Nah, when you
third act.
when you were in the theater, you're not gonna tell me your heart didn't skip a beat when they shot Nick Fury right there, bro. Like in Cap's apartment at night.
No,
like I'm telling you, I literally remember seeing that in high school with the homies, like like literally like grasping them, like, yo, did you see that? Like, oh, that was nuts.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Yeah, I just feel like the third act is the same third act as the other MCU movies.
Yeah, again,
as good as that movie is, that movie still has the exact same.
I accept it. I accept it at this point. I just accept that there's never going to be a Marvel movie that I'm going to like the third act of. And if I do, then it's Endgame. Like that's the one that is the most, I enjoy the third act the most because it's like the final chapter of it all, you know? So, but I don't know, man.
I just feel like it's gonna be a 50-50 shot with this, man, when it comes to Blade, because I really do feel like it's gonna be a little weird to make it PG-13 and to make it fit inside the same universe as the Marvel universe. But again, we've said that about a lot of things, so maybe I'll give him benefit of the doubt. But either way, Mahershala Ali as the lead choice for it too is another interesting thing. Homie's gonna be 60 when they start filming this, bro. And it's supposed to be an immortal vampire.
I mean, that's what's funny to me. Like, this is what's really funny. It's like, I just love when these Hollywood articles always come out. We're on a search for black directors. We can't find black directors. Where are y'all looking? Are they hiding? Like, you can't find them? What do you mean? Like, there's black directors all over the place. You can call me, man. I'll come in and, you know, be an assistant, an AD on one of these projects or something like that. Like, come on, what are y'all talking about? Where's the black directors? I could list off 100 black directors for you right now. Rick Famuyiwa, Ava DuVernay, who I know they did offer Black Panther to a bunch of times. And, you know, Disney's worked with a bunch of times before in the past.
Well, not just that, bro, but like the fact that Ryan Coogler did Fruitvale Station.
Yeah.
And that's a tiny movie, and they trusted him to do that. And then he jumped up to Creed. But the fact that he had his plan for Black Panther beforehand, you know what I'm saying? And then also like the idea of someone like a Shaka King, who the hell was this guy before, you know, Judas and the Black Messiah, right? You know what I'm saying?
You
like,
could
there's so much
discover
talent out there.
Yeah,
people always think that you have to make a $300 million movie. You know, if John Watts can make Cop Car and get Spider-Man, like, you don't have to get a director that has made the biggest movie ever. That's just facts at this point.
Yeah. What about Barry Jenkins? You want to see a Barry Jenkins Blade?
I wouldn't be mad at it.
I wouldn't be mad at it either, honestly.
I actually wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that. You know what's funny though? I would definitely like to see like a horror director get it though, because there's a lot of like black horror directors who are dope nowadays. Even like a JD. It's not horror, but that I'm telling you, like The Outsiders is it's got a horror feel. The one episode he directed. I think he's a good choice for sure.
And even that new movie, Black Box, if I'm not mistaken, on Netflix.
Who did the movie? Who did the movie that came out this year on Netflix last year? The horror movie, The House. The House, is that what it's called?
The House. Yes, that's right.
Who did that?
It was. I forget what the name of it is. It's Our House. Our House.
Oh, is that what it's called?
I'm that right now.
But like someone who Remy Weeks.
Remy Weeks. Hey, whoever. Hey, they can hire whoever. Just do not hire. No, I'm not gonna say that. Stop.
His House.
I gotta stop.
His House, directed by Remy Weeks. Yeah, get that guy. Why not? Get that homie.
Imagine. Have you been keeping up with them? Like, have you been seeing them on your timeline?
I heard about it. Yeah, I heard a little bit about it.
Man, what I want to say a terrible show, but it's definitely the least empowering black show I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, oh my goodness, the way they torture and brutalize black people in that show is amazing. And like I was gonna say, like, hey, whoever it is, just make sure lean away. Like, keep her out of the Blade. Keep her out of Blade, because I don't want to see Blade end up dying like a tragic, horrific, gut wrenching death, like through like butt rape or something, because that's what I'm coming to expect from Lena Waithe stuff now. Like Lena Waithe will always give you the most extreme black torture porn you're gonna expect out there. So
I think people are over it. I definitely feel that way, especially after that one movie that we saw last year. Not Queen and Slim. The one where she goes back in time, even though it's not back in
Antebellum.
time.
Antebellum. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was trash. Yeah. Oh, definitely don't get whoever that dude was too. It was co-directed by a black dude and a white dude. Can you believe that? Oh.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's always that's always fun. I mean, those are our thoughts on the Blade conversation. The only other thoughts I have is like what's going to happen to Warner Brothers this year. How do you feel like this is working so far for Warner Brothers, man? The HBO Max thing, as far as them putting the movies out in theaters and in HBO Max at the same time. You think it's going to keep going?
I actually think, I don't know if it's going to keep going. It's proven to be successful so far with at least the box office revenue from King Kong, from Godzilla vs. Kong. Now, Mortal Kombat didn't have like the same level of performance, but I personally think that's more attributed to the movie than it is to the actual box office itself. But I think the real test is going to come when we see theaters fully open back up 100%, and when we're going to see Space Jam. I think Space Jam is going to be a great indicator of like where the market really is, because I think there's people outside
you don't think people watch that at home.
I mean, I think that's going to be the tell of what's going to decide what's going to be more favorable during during this period of time. Like, are people going to be more inclined to go to the theaters? Like, for example, I think if Space Jam 2 still makes $500 million worldwide and still gets 1 billion streams on HBO Max, they're going to keep this model going forever. But if it makes $500 million and doesn't get that many streams on HBO Max,
it's going to be the opposite.
Or if it's the opposite, then we're going to see a change. But I personally think we are probably going to see successful box office of this movie regardless. I just don't know what it's going to stream like. I don't know what it's going to stream like.
I disagree. I think it's the opposite. I think streaming numbers are going to be bonkers. They're going to be high. And I think movie tickets are going to be super low. Imagine, go back to last year. Go back to Trolls World Tour. Go back to that movie. That was the
very beginning of the pandemic.
Who cares? People were like, why the hell would I pay money to take my 5 damn kids to get in the car, and to grab the popcorn, and to do all this when I can watch it at home?
They didn't have a choice.
I'm telling you, if Trolls World Tour came out at the same time in theaters as it did streaming at home, where would people watch it more?
That's apples to orange. It's completely apples to oranges.
It's a kids movie. I'm saying kids movie.
No. That was Trolls World Tour was massively successful because it came out immediately when the shutdown happened. There wasn't even an option for
but
theaters.
Also because it was a kids movie.
Yeah, but because it was
other movies came out around that time that didn't make that money.
Kids movies still make a lot of money in theaters too.
That's what I'm saying.
Kids movies make a ton of money in theaters. Are you kidding me? The Minions is literally the most profitable thing Universal has ever done.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that. I'm just saying, if you gave them the option of kids movie at home versus kids movie in theaters,
I think they're going to go with. Kick ass. I don't know. I mean, I think we're going to see, but I think it's going to be a little more even than you think. I think kids want to go to the theaters. Space Jam 2 comes out during the summer intentionally, to get that summer crowd vibe in. Like, hey, we're going all to the movies to see Space Jam. There's going to be kids who like whole basketball camps who are like literally just getting back to playing basketball this year. After taking a whole year off, and they're going to be like, hey, let's have fun and let's see Space Jam. Like, I think there's going to be, I think that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be a good cultural defining moment for where we're going to see what the actual aptitude is. Because I think, Godzilla versus Kong was a little biased towards, I personally think it was a little more biased towards theaters because it was the first one out. And I think with Mortal Kombat, I think we're seeing it a little more level. Like, I think if I'm going from personal anecdotes, I say it's like 50-50 of people who I talked to saw it in theaters versus 50-50 people who I talked to who saw it at home. But I think with Space Jam,
think-
we're gonna get a more accurate barometer of what that percentage actually looks
That's a good point. Yeah, let's wait till Space Jam, just because I still don't think that people will pay money. Most people will pay money to go see something that they could see online or they could see for a streaming fee or a monthly fee. But again, we'll find out. The only other question I have there is like, all right, so we had, okay, what did we start with? We start with Judas and the Black Messiah. I'm talking about major releases.
Are you saying are they good or were they successful? Like,
yeah, I'm saying both, right? Godzilla versus King Kong, Mortal Kombat,
Tom and Jerry.
then Tom and Jerry, which no one saw and no one even liked.
Also
and
the Little Things, Denzel.
Little things.
Yeah, Denzel, Jared Leto,
Yeah, I guess that
January.
counts. A lot of people saw that, I guess.
and Wonder Woman 2 as well.
Wonder Woman 2, I wouldn't know if I can count it, but I guess I would count it. But overall, it's been kind of an L. Don't you think that's an L?
I don't know if that's
I
an
think
L.
that's an L.
No, I like Godzilla versus Kong. I thought it was decent. Judas and the Black Messiah is the Best Picture nominee. And I feel like it just drives the conversation. I feel like more people saw it because it was on HBO Max. I think that's great. I love that more people saw Judas and the Black Messiah who would have not seen it. Little Things was terrible, absolute garbage. Tom and Jerry, didn't even see it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, take out Judas and the Black Messiah because that's an Oscar-nominated film. Tom and Jerry, Little Things, Godzilla versus King Kong, Mortal Kombat.
Don't put Godzilla versus Kong. Godzilla versus Kong is not that bad. It is a quality movie. It is a quality movie. It's an above average movie. It's an above
average.
It's definitely above average. I don't know why. I agree with you on Mortal Kombat for sure. Mortal Kombat, not
It's in
not
the same
that good.
category as Godzilla.
No,
It's just dumb for being dumb. Dumb. People say dumb fun, but I just think it's dumb. But the next one coming up, bro, we got what's today's date? Today's May.
We got In the Heights.
No, we have the Angelina Jolie Fire Forest movie, where she fights some assassins in the forest, and she's a firefighter.
I've heard that one.
It comes out next week or this week. Comes out. No, that's next week. It comes out next week. It's called We Come For You in the Night, or it's called We Will Come For You. Crap. What's it called? That's the one that she's promoting. That's the one that Kylie was doing.
Oh, I really feel bad for missing Tom and Jerry because I literally had it queued up multiple nights, like to start watching. Just never got to it. I love
Those
Tom
Who
and
Wish
Jerry.
Me Dead. Yeah, Those Who Wish Me Dead. That's the next big HBO release movie that comes. That's their May one, right? They have one for each month. That's their May one.
And June is in the Heights.
And then June, it's in the Heights. Yeah.
Ooh, now we're waiting for June. I don't care about May, whatever.
I'll say that movie looks low key kind of fun. Like it's just a classic. It looks like a basic ass like I'm gonna kill these guys kind of movie. Have you seen the trailer for it?
I haven't.
Okay.
I gotta watch it. Hey, I'm not
but
gonna
it
lie.
looks
Did you see the Marvel announcement video? We didn't even talk
did.
about that. The footage, the little bit of footage that we seeing from
But it's like 2
Eternals.
frames, bro.
Listen, I will go in there. I go in there and analyze those 2 frames to death. I love
just
seeing
2
Angelina
shots,
Jolie.
that's
I
it.
was like, no, it was 5, man. Come on. And they had Angelina Jolie with the thing right here. You can see homegirl with the hat, the cowboy hat. You see Camille Nanjiani.
I was gonna say, bro,
behind him, like
freaking damn it, Chloe Zhao had to make Salma Hayek a cowboy, the cowgirl. Like I'm just like, come on, man, really? Like, come on.
I love it. And hey, listen, I've said this before. I heard from a little birdie that Eternals is GOAT status in terms of Marvel. GOAT status. I heard that from Lil Birdie, So I think people really should be excited about this. It's from my Oscar winning director. Like, it just gets me hyped. So I'm with it.
Yeah, we'll definitely see what's going to happen there. I'm just curious about the HBO one because I feel like it's interesting. It's an interesting concept to put one big movie every month that comes out at the same time in theaters as it does at home, and to see how much traction that gets. But yeah, I'm super curious about that. So
I think when it gets to, sorry to cut you off, I think when it gets to June, July, August, and I think especially, I don't think they're doing this with Dune. I think they said Dune was the one that they're not doing this day and date with. But I think when it gets to like the later parts of the month, we'll really get to see like the quality come out, because I think we're still in that little bit of garbage season when it comes to cinema this early in the year. So
maybe, yeah, I think it's definitely going to depend for sure. Yeah. Anything else, RB3, before we take off?
I love the new title for Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. I think
it's a good
great.
title. It's a great title.
I think it's just a perfect way to just pay tribute right there, just with the title alone. I also loved seeing, I mean, we didn't talk that much about the Shang-Chi trailer before, but I really enjoyed that trailer too. I think, listen, Marvel's back. I love the fact that like they put out a whole trailer like reminding people, hey, we got movies. Like, I know y'all been loving the TV, I know y'all been loving WandaVision and Falcon, but let's not forget about the big screen movies. And yeah, I'm excited to see what they got lined up for the near future. Especially,
when is Black Widow again? Is it July 9th?
Black Widow is July 9th. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's gonna be another
money.
That's gonna be another big test for Disney. I think Disney is having a lot of big experimentations right now, especially with this almost like monthly. It's funny you're talking about, or HBO Max doing like a monthly like movie. It's like Disney Plus is like doing a monthly show almost. Like,
they are.
You know,
not
already,
monthly. I would say like every 3 months.
Well, I'm almost like
WandaVision.
Yeah, WandaVision.
Mandalorian, Falcon. WandaVision, Falcon, and now Bad Batch.
Yeah.
And then it'll be Loki.
Loki in June. Loki's coming up right in June. So
June.
it's big shows after big shows. So I respect that. I love it.
Good deal, guys. Either way, we'll see how the Lakers are currently doing. I don't have the score in front of me.
All right,
we're gonna go watch that game right after this. Thank you so much for all of you guys who joined us today. Let us know in the comments down below, what do you think, who should be the Blade director? And also let us know in the comments down below if you're a day one. If you're an old school day one, let us know. Give us a shout out, because if we remember you, we will give you a shout out. We really appreciate you guys. So either way, RB3, where can everyone find you?
Marcus said he was a day one too. Shout out to everybody who's been listening since the very beginning. Yeah. Find me on Twitter and Instagram at Director RB3. And you can find me every day producing my butt off on Network. So download the Network app. Ace will not be there next week, but we will be having Jay Washington on Meltdown coming up this week. Jay Washington will be on Meltdown this week. So download the Network app. Y'all think this is a joke. Y'all think I'm playing. We're making quality content over there. Like, Ace, don't you think it was fun? Would you say it was like overall a fun experience? Like,
I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I had a great time. All good guys working there.
Yeah, we made popcorn on air. Like, what the like the other day we made waffles on air. Like, we're just hype. We're just doing hype stuff. Like, come on, y'all. Come on.
I also want to give a shout out to our girl Sabrina, who holds it down for us. We
yes.
Really do. Go follow her at Sabrina X Monica, right?
Yes, at Sabrina
on Twitter.
And her Patreon, Sabrina on Film. Her Patreon, Sabrina on Film.
That's her Patreon. So go support Sabrina as well, guys. We really do want you guys to go support her as much as you support us. But either way, guys, for the First Cut crew, we're peacing out. Peace.
Take you out the equation. It's either me or you. You do the math. Only one can remain.